welcome to our newest episode. It's your co-host, Rissy Ray.
Hey.
And yours truly, Kaninja. Today, Rissy and I will be talking about cruises. This is our first episode on our vacation edition cruises.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ba-ba-bum.
So, as you guys know, a lot of people have been going on cruises, and with the CDC and with everything that's been going on with the Rona, cruises are up and down. So if you have been on cruises, you either love them or you hate them. So we're going to be talking about the different types of cruises. What is a cruise? And kind of, is it for you? Any tips and tricks for cruises? So, Rissy, what is a cruise?
So a cruise, per definition provided by whatever dictionary.com is what is a cruise? A cruise is a voyage on a ship or boat taken for pleasure or as a vacation, and usually calling in at several places.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So basically,
is the term really calling in? Is it really calling in?
Yeah,
is it really called calling in?
Yeah, it's kind of like they're porting or they're arriving. So it's like another way of saying, like, okay, there's the different ports that they're at, different places they're going to be visiting. It's the sea lingo of calling in in several places.
Okay. There's something new every day. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So Rissy knows I am a huge cruise person. I love cruises. Try to go on a cruise every year. Rissy and I are going to go on cruise one time in the future, at least one time in the future. And so I can take her on the adventure of cruises. But they are different types of cruises. Now, I've only been on really one type of cruise. I'll be going on another type of cruise later on this year. But the first cruise is luxury cruises. Now, these are the cruises that are high end. If you can think of yourself as a noble of royalty, king, queen, all that stuff, that's kind of like what the luxury cruises are. You'll have more space, premium services, so even better spa services, people waiting on you hand and foot, maybe more concerts, orchestras, all that stuff, just fancy stuff. And then, of course, a remarkable attendant to guest ratio. So you'll have multiple people, like you can call them butlers or maids or whatever the case, attending to you more so than you do on other cruises. Of course, what comes with that is more money. So that's mine too.
You can have all this for $1,000 a day, of course.
Right, if you pay for it.
Just pay for it. We good.
So, Rissy, what do you think about luxury cruises?
I feel, I don't know, everyone's budget, but I think that you should at least be able to go, like how you could go travel out the country one time. I think we should save. And I would really want to go on a luxury cruise one time.
You want to go on that fancy dancy?
Yes.
Be waited on hand and foot.
Yes, like I just want to forget that I have responsibilities. Okay.
I don't blame you.
I'm like, responsibilities.
We got Queen Rissy up in here, okay?
Yeah, I want to relax. I want to just enjoy myself. I don't want any issues. I just want to be just like I'm no one's.
If you guys haven't heard that, she was just whispering. So listen very closely, break room buddies.
I'm near my lovable princess right now, so can't put my whole business out there just
yet. So one thing that I did see on YouTube from another cruise blogger, she went on, I forget what her name was, so I apologize for that. She went on a luxury cruise, and one thing that I wasn't the biggest fan of is that they have dress codes on these luxury cruises. So
why?
because it's more high class, it's more higher society, it's more like, okay, you get these luxury, but you also got to present yourself as luxury kind of thing. So exactly. So basically after 6 or really for dinner, you have to dress up in like, let's say, what's it called? Just in a dress, in a nice dress, sometimes even ball gowns. Men have to dress up very nicely. So in a lot of different cruises, and we'll get to that too, the dress codes aren't as strict. But for these luxury cruises, every night, especially for dinner, you have to dress up. But of course, like during the day, you can still, do what you need to do. But there are certain areas that they do have those more stricter dress codes. Basically, you gotta look the part is kind of what they're looking at. You go on a luxury cruise for a reason, you gotta look the part.
Man, I don't like that part because I mean, I get it that you should dress, like I'm downing this outfit right now, but I was like, my hair was out, I had the shoes, everything to match, like that was my outfit out there, and I'm home, and I dressed it down, but I want the option. I don't want to feel like I got to, like, do you know how many people, how different ways you can make 6 figures, Kaninja?
A lot of different ways.
You can make a lot. So it's just kind of like, okay, because I don't want no one to, I don't want to go and have someone watch this and they're like, oh, you're downing this particular profession. I am not. I'm just saying there's so many professions that you can make 6 figures without even stepping outside the house.
Without putting clothes on.
Exactly. That's what's killing me right now. It's like, look the part. Like, not everybody gonna be on a baseball team or basketball. No, everybody's gonna or be up in stocks and stuff like that. They're just gonna be doing some stuff at home and make 6 figures. Okay.
Exactly. So
but that is cool to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said it's cool to what?
It's cool. I do like the fact the attendant to guest ratio, though. I still like it.
I like that too, especially having the multiple maids and butlers kind of like attending to you. I said, like, yes, thank you, Jeeves. So
you're like, yes, Jeeves, like that's it. So I'm excited.
So the next one we have is fly and cruise. Rissy, do you want to take this one?
Yes. So a flying cruise I've heard about it. I don't know how it actually is, but a fly-in cruise is when you fly in directly to the port of call, which I'm assuming that's where you port. You get on the cruise ship, and then take the cruise from there to explore the rest of the area. Once the cruise is over, you're brought back to the airport so you can fly back home or linger a little bit more. Oh, that's pretty cool though. That's pretty neat.
It's kind of like that all-inclusive travel in a way. So you pay for the flight, you pay for the cruise, but it's all comes together. So I haven't done any of this because I haven't really cruised in a port that's outside of the country we reside in. So, but I have heard that's kind of like that all-inclusive, and it makes sure that you get on and get off on time. I think that's the biggest thing. Because a lot of times you fly into a cruise or you fly out from a cruise, and if you're late to the flight, well, you're SOL, So, or like if you fly in and let's say your flight has been delayed, well, your cruise leaves at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And let's say it's even super delayed. Well, once that cruise leaves, they're not going to wait for all the passengers that sign up for that cruise. They're leaving at 4 or 5, and that's it. So you could miss the cruise if you do it separately. So I would assume that this flying cruise is like making sure that everything is timed the way it needs to be timed.
Everything, like, I mean, not to be nothing, but it honestly sounds like one of those things where you gotta like you gotta make the wiggle room. Like, you gotta not think that you're gonna just be there,
right?
Like, cruise plus this. Like, I'm gonna be there a day early or something.
Exactly. And that's one of our tips in our second part too, is to arrive or to travel a day before you actually go on the cruise, because you give that wiggle room just in case of any emergencies or delays or anything along those lines.
Yeah, Lord.
Yeah. So flying cruise, I feel like they'll be giving you a little bit more assurance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So next,
Ninja.
we got the family cruises. Family
Yay.
cruises are packed to the brim with activities that cater to individuals of different ages, i.e., Carnival and Royal Caribbean. So these are the cruises that I go on every year. I love family cruises. They are a ton of fun. They're not super strict. And it's just, I don't know, it's just simple. You go on it and it's good to go. I usually go on Royal Caribbean. I've heard people go on Carnival. And they have a whole slew of different ships that you can choose to go on to. And they port from Florida, from New Jersey, from Charleston, from what have you, from different areas. So it's just very accessible that way. Rissy, what are your thoughts?
I'm trying to go on a Disney cruise. Because my princess. But yeah, I think family cruises are fun. Like, it's supposed to, like, it's allowed, it gives you the option to be an adult semi, but also but you know, you take care of your kids. You can't take your kids everywhere. Like, I want to go to Las Vegas so bad. My baby said her too.
I can see baby just like partying it up on Las Vegas streets.
Yeah, like what is Las Vegas? I don't know, but this is where I want to go. You know what I mean? That's where she. So I have to make sure she's in the right place in Las Vegas.
Right.
Versus a family cruise, it's all fun. Like, right. It's all good.
Exactly. And one cool thing about it is that I know like these other cruises probably have similar, but I know with the family cruises, they do have like daycare or child watch like areas where they can actually watch your child for the majority of the day. And a lot of times it's for free. And so, and the thing is, they're not stuck in a room doing nothing like in a cage. Right. Like, they actually have them doing activities and like creative activities. I think there was one cruise that I was on, and all the kids that were in that area actually put on a play for all their parents out on the pool deck. And they had face paint and they had all these other things that they had a ton of fun with. Another thing is like, let's say, Rissy, if you took a little one on a cruise and she was in that area and you're like, you know what, I have to pick her up at 10, but I want to stay out a little bit longer. You can pay a certain amount per hour after 10. You know, I think up until like 2 o'clock or something like that.
Are you serious?
I think so. And then you can enjoy more the nightly activities by yourself or with a group of friends or whatever the case for a little extra fee. So I'm going to speak more on Royal Caribbean on that one. So I don't know how Carnival or Disney is, but I know Royal Caribbean does that for a lot of their ships.
I just want to be happy. I feel Disney will always make me happy.
Disney's expensive, but it does make me happy.
Very expensive. That thing is like, it's someone's mortgage and or rent per person.
Exactly. But it's cool because you get to see the Disney characters. I went on the Disney cruise once, and you get to see the Disney characters.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Talk about it. What? See, these are these things. She be having all these knowledge and don't be telling nobody. Like, I want to go on Disney cruise. I've been complaining about this. I want to go on Disney cruise. She's like, oh, okay, that's nice. I want to go on Disney cruise. Now we're doing this. Yeah, I was on there once. Like, what?
So yeah, it was around when I was like 10 years old. So it was a long time ago. But basically, it was a lot of fun. For me, it was hard for me to get a full gist of it because I was in that in-between age where I couldn't go to the teen lounge, but I also couldn't go into the younger groups. Like, well, I could go in the younger group kind of play areas, but I was too old. I felt too old. I was like, oh, these youngins, you know, these toddlers. So there's a lot of times It was a lot of times where me and the person that was we went like with a family cruise, but we went with my family friends. And so at the time, I just hung out with them. And, just kind
Gotcha.
of wandering in the staircases and the stairwells or whatever the case. But during dinner or during lunch or during
which you can't do that now, but I was just wandering in the staircase, yeah. No.
I had a whole bunch of Shirley Temples. Those were delicious. But but during the different like lunch hours, they would actually have the different characters like Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse or whatever the case come out and greet you and take pictures and stuff like that. It was a really cool experience. Of course, they had more Disney related like parades in the main areas. It was really cool. It was definitely Disney themed. And so that's
magical.
It was as magical as it could be for a 10-year-old that couldn't go anywhere else but stairways. So
terrible.
But for younger kids, I definitely think it would be magical because they'll have a lot more things to do than where I was. So with that, Rissy, you want the next one?
You said as magical it could be for a 10-year-old. So the next type of different types of cruises is a honeymoon cruise. Woo, love. You can also make special arrangements for these types of cruises, like matching robes, romantic dinners, and cabin treats. Oh, is that what you gonna do, Kaninja?
So, something similar to that. The thing is, like, we want to do a honeymoon cruise. Give me a name for my fiance. We haven't done this in a while.
Guillermo.
Okay. So me and Guillermo, that's a hard name. So
now you do what you're supposed to do, Guillermo.
So basically, I wanted to do a honeymoon cruise, but it is an extra cost. So on top of the whatever cruise you want to do, let's say a luxury or a flying cruise or a family cruise or any of the ones that we're going to talk about later on, a honeymoon cruise is not a cruise specifically for honeymooners. It is a type of cruise you do on top of whatever other cruise you're doing. So if you decide to go on a family cruise and you do a honeymoon, that's on top of the family cruise. So it's an added fee for all the extra stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little extra expensive. So we ended up going kind of like a halfway honeymoon. Me and Guillermo went like halfway through kind of the honeymoon cruise kind of thing. So I think we are going to get like maybe a cabin treat or something like that. We are getting the ultimate dining package. So that's going to be fun. We're going to try the more fancy dining areas with the cruise.
You're going to shell out this extra money because, yeah, why not?
Exactly. This is mine and Guillermo's honeymoon cruise. It's really funny. I'm saying Guillermo on purpose because it's just a unique name. Guillermo. So the next one we have is themed cruises. So like Disney, this is a type that is especially set up to answer our target market's needs. For example, if you would now find cruises that revolve around themes like African safaris, car races, French cuisine, and historical events, among others. The even more extraordinary and colorful are themed cruises that have annual festivals as their theme. So, like Disney, I would say Disney is a themed cruise. What do you think, Rissy?
I
mean, for those that are on audio, she is just shrugging. She doesn't agree.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. Maybe, possibly.
You can also do there's also these kinds of like the singles cruise. That is a themed cruise. So a lot of people, like only singles people go on these cruises. So a lot of those kind of themed cruises are for a specific niche. What do you think about themed cruises? Would you go on one?
It sounds crazy, but it depends on the mood. You know what I mean? It depends on my mood, I guess. Like, cause I feel like I'm historically back to Disney cruise. I have to be in the mood of I want fun, I want happiness, I want all this other stuff, and so I don't know what mood I'll be in to do it. I'll be sassy, but I gotta make sure that I'm sassy when it's happening. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
I can't go and be like, I've had other things happen. I'm like, oh, but I want Disney. Like, that's energy. Like, if I know that I want something that's like chill, then I'll just get a, you know what I mean? Like not a regular cruise. We talk about different ones. I would want a luxury cruise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I really don't have to do anything.
Okay. That makes
sense. I really don't want to do anything.
That makes sense. If you had to think about a theme, though, of a cruise that is like the most random theme, what would it be?
Moana.
That's Disney, isn't it?
Oh. Sorry. Back. Give me an example. Cause I'm thinking like Moana, like I would love to see that. Like,
it could be like a sports cruise or like.
Oh, I'm not into a lot of stuff. I'm kind of lame.
A flowers cruise, a florist cruise, an anime cruise, a cosplay cruise. That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
That would be pretty amazing. A Baki cruise.
Oh, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's what you mean. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Yes, that's why I would like something theme, something cool like Spy, like I'm taking 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
How I love that band, and he be just coming up with like the randomest stuff, and you just like, yes, like I don't know if you know when you watch stuff like that, you don't know if the science really works. You just like yes,
like the curved bullet.
That's kind of how I feel. I'm like. He's like, I'm about to do this, to do that, and this. And you're like, yes.
Yes. Correct. Indeed.
That sounds about right. So escape room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I got time for it, like I said, I have to be in the mood for it. But I would like an escape room type deal, spy theme.
That would be pretty cool. Like you have to figure out how to get in and out of your cabin. Or something like that.
Ooh! Yep.
So, Rissy, you want to take the last one?
Yeah.
Do you want to take the last one?
Sure. Let's see here. Oh, safari. Yeah, that would have been cool. A mini cruise. This type usually lasts for about 4 days, 7 days at most, and can travel to nearby attractions or to international destinations. I think that's what I would do for my first cruise, is do a mini 4-day cruise. I wouldn't do like a week vacation. I just can't see myself doing a week yet. I know when I get good like Kaninja, I can do stuff like that. But my first thing is like, when I was gone for a couple of days, I was gone Wednesday and I came back on Saturday. The first thing I had to remember was, okay, you're going to be gone for 4 days. Mm-hmm. You got to clean out your fridge. Mm-hmm. Like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I eat a lot of fresh fruits and veggies and stuff. So I had to start tossing everything because I'm like, this ain't going to be good in 4 days. And so, you know what I mean? It's just so much prep work to me to be gone for so long. I would do a 4 day just so I can get a habit of, like how I just said, okay, you're going to be gone for 4 days. What you need to do, you need to clean out the fridge. You need to get all your laundry done. You got to do this and that, like, so I can be an expert like you. How about you, Kaninja? When's the last time you've been on a mini vacation, a mini cruise? Okay.
It's been a while. It's definitely been a while on that one. I know we went on 2 5-day cruises back to back. So I wouldn't call that a mini cruise. Like if I just did the one 5-day, but we did 2 back to back. For our honeymoon, mine and Yermo's honeymoon is gonna be for 15 days. Or about 15 days. So this is how I see it, okay? It depends on the ship that you go on. If you go on a small ship, a mini cruise sounds awesome, you know, because you have just amount of stuff to go on. But if you go on a larger ship, like again, I go on mainly Royal Caribbean. If you go on the Freedom, Quantum, or Oasis class ships, 4 days is not enough to do what you want to do on those cruises. Like you think it's crazy, but like they have zip lines, they have an escape room, they have ice skating, they have all these shows, they have all these dining areas, they have this 3-story slide, they have a floating tide bar, they have karaoke, they have, you know, what you gonna call it? Art bidding, you know, they have all these things that are scheduled. 4 days is not enough. You go on a larger cruise. But I can see like for Rissy or for those who haven't been on cruises before, I mean, 7 days is a long time to, first of all, not have your phone. And second of all,
you don't have your phone?
It's going to be on airplane mode. You know how much your bill will cost? Yeah. Is
that why I can never get in contact with you? I thought you were just being a heifer. So now you tell me like, oh,
yes, ma'am, it's on airplane mode. I'm not going to be paying that kind of bill.
Well, I just assume because you were on vacation and because you're not going like to something drivable like Charleston or Florida or something like that, or New Jersey. You're going away. Right. So I never try to call you because you're away. You don't want to be known as Kaninja. You want to be called something else. Whatever the native language is, that's what your new name was. Okay? Like, that's what I thought was happening. I didn't know about airplane mode. Yes. I said, oh, she is of the land right now. She is.
I'm gone.
That's what I was thinking the entire time. She is gone. She's not worried about this. Her name is not what I thought it was. Just she's a different person.
I'm Kaneen at this point. I'm Kaneen.
But now I'm like, no, it's airplane mode. Like, you're like, no, airplane mode. Like, I'm like, oh, see, expert. Because I would have kept my phone.
Yes. For those that are going on cruises for the first time, please do not do that, because there have been some cases that people have come back with over $10,000 phone bills. Just love that.
So how do you not pay that and still keep your number?
I don't know. I really don't know. It was a roaming fee. It's a roaming fees. So they kept it on. They didn't have the airplane mode on, but it kept on looking for a service or a signal. So that just racks it up more and more and more because you're in the middle of the ocean. So, but with that, we are going to go on a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about tips and tricks, and more or less, is cruising for you? Is that something that you guys want to do? Of course, everyone knows that I love cruising, but is it for everybody? When we come back, we'll definitely talk about that. So with that, we'll be back. And we're back. So what we're going to be going over now. So we already went over the different types of cruises and a little bit of some tips. But on this part and our last part, we're going to be talking about tips and tricks. And also, how do you know if it's for you or not? You know, cruises is a love it or hate it kind of vacation. You know, some people who go on it, they hate it. Some people who do it, they love it. I'm one of those people who love it, but I know some people who hate it. So it really is a per person kind of thing. So we're going to go over why people go on cruises, and you can let us know if it's something for you or not. So the first one, we're going to go off of cruisemaven.com. They do some of the top 10. So we're going to go through this fairly quickly so we don't take you guys too long on this podcast, on this episode, even though we love talking for you. But the first one is party time. So with an all-you-can-drink booze package, you can just imagine how much partying you can do. So on a lot of cruises, you will have to pay for an all-you-can-eat or all-you-can-drink booze package, and each package is different. I believe on Royal Caribbean, they have the ultimate drinking package where it includes any type of liquor, any wine, any champagne, any sort of alcohol you can imagine, and you can have as much as you want. The only caveat is that you cannot share. So,
exactly.
Yeah, and so what they say is that if you're sharing a cabin with someone who is also 21, over 21, they also have to pay for the drink package.
You said hold on.
Yes. So because too many people were sharing and getting away with it, and they were realizing that, so they're like, you know what, to not lose out on this money that we're losing out on because they're ordering extra drinks and so on and so forth. If you have people in your cabin that are over 21 or 21 and over, they also have to get the drink package.
So it's automatically charged.
Yes. And they won't let you just do one. Mm-hmm. And that's
probably what I would have done. I'm not gonna lie. Like, girl, I did that party just a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the girl, she paid for an unlimited like wristband.
Yeah.
And I said, girl, I don't got no cash. She said, I already bought the wristband. What you want? And
exactly.
So I get it. I get it.
That's what people do, and I can't say I'm innocent in that at all, and that's all as far as I'm going to go with that one. But that's what they do. And the crazy thing is that let's say if you're in a cabin with, it's a friends cruise, and you and 3 other friends, you're sharing a cabin, 4 people to a cabin, everyone's over 21. You want to drink, but let's say Rissy's not a drinker, you know.
And I have, right. See.
And like everyone in that cabin would have to pay for that same type drink package. Now these drink packages can go up to range from 350, or really it's per day. So
where?
So for a 7-night cruise for 2 people, it can cost it during this time on the cruise that I'm going on, it would have cost me $800 for 2 people for an ultimate drinking package for a 7-night cruise or 7-day cruise. So just think about that.
To me.
It's crazy stuff. So me and Guillermo ended up not getting that. So we ended up just getting the refreshment package, which is a lot cheaper, and I still get my specialty coffees, which I really like.
So there's levels to it. I'm sorry, I know we weren't supposed to spend that much time, but there's levels to it for people like me.
Yeah.
I thought it was either all or none.
So if you want to get alcohol, there's an ultimate alcoholic package, or the ultimate drinking package. If you don't drink alcohol, but if you like a lot of like cappuccinos or macchiatos or your freshly squeezed orange juice or bottled water or whatever the case, you can get the refreshment package. Now, let's say you don't want to have to worry about cappuccinos or macchiatos or whatever the case. You just want soda. You can get the soda package. Oh. And soda patches does come with the water and stuff like that. So that's like kind of the base package. But if you want alcohol, you got to do the ultimate beverage package. Mm-hmm. So, again, that is Royal Caribbean. I think with Carnival, they allow you to, you can get the, in quote, ultimate drinking package, but they limit you to 10 drinks a day.
How are you supposed to know, though?
They have it on your seat pass. So they scan your seat pass every time you get a drink. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So even on Royal Caribbean,
you can't figure out cancer, but you can figure out how many drinks I've had, you know? Listen, we are motivated by money.
Exactly. We should totally do like a conspiracy video on that one though. That'd be interesting. So what's the next one, Rissy?
It says family togetherness. The folks with kids in tow said this was the easiest way to take a family vacation. The kids usually love the youth programs, and the parents needed a little downtime by themselves without having to entertain their kids. They're all planned to take the kids on active, short excursions, not all-day events. I personally love that idea. I've been on 2 vacations. I'm capping at 2. Because I usually don't do any vacations, right? So, and I've been gone for days. Like, I'll take a vacation, I'm gone for days. So I'm capping on vacations for the rest of the year. I'm just going to focus on other things. But the times that we did have, it was fun, right? But it was just getting there.
Right.
That's what kind of held us up. And I feel like a lot of families understand what I'm saying, is getting there. Leaving the house to the resort. You can have some fun activities planned where where do we go? Pirate ship, right? And but it was just getting there.
Right.
So I thought it was closer than it was. It wasn't. I had to pay for parking. I forgot about that part. Mm-hmm. And then it was just a hot mess. It was just getting there. It was fun when it was happening. It was getting there. And I feel like cruises are the best thing because you're already there.
Right.
Everything you need is here. We literally have to walk. We already do walk already. So it's like, yes, I was super happy. That's why I do like, but you're already there.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you. Yeah. It just makes it so much easier. You have your food there. You have all the amenities there. You got people like they mentioned with the kids programs, they're watching kids. Like, they're not just abandoning or neglecting your children. They're watching your kids. Like, you have everything there. So 100%. The next one is no housekeeping. So whenever you go into your cabin, is what they call the cabin, whether you have a balcony, you have an interior, you have an ocean view, you have a suite, what have you, you have a cabin boy or cabin girl. And they always introduce themselves to you when you come in. And they're the ones that make sure that your room is always, always clean. So you can always put the do not disturb, haha, wink, wink, but you can always put that on there.
Yeah, because they don't need to see your unmentionables, okay?
Exactly.
But they're like, oh, you into this? Like,
but you know what's really funny? They are so respectful of all that stuff. So let's just say you have undergarments just all over the floor and you leave and you don't put in that sign say do not disturb. They will come in and they will actually either fold it for you or put it in a pile for you, like on the bed. Like, they will actually like place it on the bed all nice or fold it.
Sorry.
It's the simple things in life, you know what I mean?
Sorry, Breaker Buddies. My dog peed in the middle of the rug and I saw it, but I was going to address it. But my baby saw it and she was just like, OMG. So I scared him, and that's where you heard. So.
And here I am talking about undergarments being folded.
No, I was listening. It was just like I noticed that I'm gonna take care of it, like I always do every episode. But my baby saw it, so I had to do something because right now she has this horror face, like he does this everywhere. Like that's the face she's making, like, and I'm here. Where am I sleeping, ma'am? Like,
it was not here.
I'm not sleep. This is my last time coming. Like, what is it going on? But yeah, that was my concern with them cleaning, is how deep of a clean they were doing. You know what I mean? Like, if you got some wild stuff because it's just you or with other whoever, like, how deep of a clean do they get to you? And it seems that they do a pretty darn good job.
Yeah, I mean, they don't wash your clothes or anything like that, but they'll change out your sheets, they'll change out your pillows, and they are very attentive too. So like if you need extra pillows or need an extra blanket, they'll give it to you. So she's like, well, I need 7 pillows. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll give you 7 pillows. Like, oh, I
they're
need.
not gonna have like the hotels. So they'll be like only 1 per room or something.
Right, exactly. So it's just like, okay, well, they're there to serve you and to make sure you're happy with you being comfortable within your room. So like towels, like I need extra towels. Okay, yeah, no problem. And they'll make those little towel animals and all that stuff. So we're gonna kind of speed through. I'm gonna go through the rest of these, and then we're gonna jump into the tips. But Rissy, on these at the end, let's just kind of talk about the main thing that you think is kind of what would be one of the other main reasons why you would go on a cruise. So
yeah, the other one you to talk about this gambling.
The gambling. All right, I'll talk about that one. So one is the dining and trying new foods, which is amazing. I tried escargot for the first time on a cruise, which was okay. Ooh. It was chewy. The other one is getting unplugged for a week, referencing the airplane mode that we did on part 1. And then we have gambling. So there are casinos on the cruises. So that's usually they have either casino nights, they have casinos, they have the actual what's it called? I'm doing the hand motion. The spinner where you pull down the lever and it spins for you.
The jackpot machines.
Jackpot machines. Yeah. Something along those lines. And they do that. They also like do different games and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. They have as long as you are at a game or at a area that you're gambling, people are walking around serving alcohol. Of course, you got to pay for it, but you can get it alcohol and drink alcohol wherever you want in there.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. History. So the different ports of call that you go to within a cruise, you can actually go to different ruins or ancient areas. So like one year, me and Yermo went to the Mayan temples. And so we actually got to see the Mayan pyramids and the Mayan temples there.
How did you feel? Did you feel one with nature?
It was, yeah, a little bit. It was kind of like surreal because these temples were huge. Like these pyramids were amazingly huge. And of course, like the people there, we were in Costa Maya, and the people there were keeping maintenance of the grounds. But it's just like I felt so small compared to these temples. Of course, you were not allowed to climb the stairs. That is definitely dangerous. But just looking at the stairs too was just like,
really?
Yeah, man. Like the stairs were, first of all, were uneven. The height was completely uneven, and like at one point, I thought that these people were giants because literally, like you can imagine, like our stairs. I'm just gonna say this, like for those that are listening in, I'm putting up my fingers for like maybe 2 inches. Let's just say our stairs are like 2 inches tall. Like the Mayan stairs were like a foot tall comparably. You know, they were like
that's part of the conspiracy.
Right, exactly. One step was just so huge. But then when you got like higher up, the steps were like half an inch or something like that. They were super
okay.
So it was just weird. But
they said hurry up. Okay, you halfway, so you ain't gotta run that much.
You don't have to jump. So then they have get back in shape. I think it's actually the opposite when it comes to cruises. I think it's get out of shape. You do a lot of eating.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Unless you prioritize working out, you do a lot of walking as well. But with the amount of food they have on cruises, the amount of walking just does not outweigh the amount of food.
Okay.
So, new or adventure experiences. So kind of like the Mayan temple, just different excursions you can go on. I think one year, we did a family cruise and we swam with the dolphins. So that was really interesting and
nice.
Mm-hmm. And then see the world without flying. So especially if you're driving, if you live in the area and you're able to drive there, then it does make it a lot easier. So Rissy, out of all of these, which ones do you think are main reasons for you to go on a cruise?
Honestly, just because I'm a little bit, You know, it would be the family vacation, the family togetherness.
Okay, that would make total.
Yeah, but I guess it's mixed in with the whole new experience. So it's like a new experience adventure with my family.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't say I guess it's 2.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't say the trying new foods or the dining.
I didn't. You know what? I guess because I already eat enough. I'm like, I'm always gonna try something different, but which that would have been, but I guess because I always try something different. I'm like, well, my ancestors probably, put money on it, never went and saw the Mayan temples, so it would be nice to put all that stuff together and be like, hey, we're at the Mayan temple, because my dream is to go to Egypt.
Right, that's right.
I want to go to Egypt. That's what I want to do. So yes. What about you, Kaninja? I mean, you already doing this. You already live in the vacation series cruise life, but
I mean, mine's biggest thing is the food. I love trying new foods. So, and especially foods that you can't accessibly get anywhere else. And like, let's just say on a cruise, right? You have the different dining options where you have to pay for, but you also have the dining room. And I'm only speaking from my Royal Caribbean experience, the buffet, which is called the Windjammer. They change out their foods every day. And the thing is that you literally in the dining room, you can have everything on the menu. And you literally can try everything, and they'll encourage it. And you don't have to pay a single thing in the dining room. Like, that's all inclusive. So like if I wanted to try escargot, clams, tiger shrimp, or whatever the case, I can get 2 of each. And it wouldn't cost any more or less than what I paid for the cruise. So
yeah, I can vibe with that, because that gives you, without, like, if we go out to dinner and we don't like it, we're like, well, we're not sending this back. They're gonna spit on it. Like, we'll just go to whatever Wendy's afterwards. Like, oh, you really don't like it? Yeah, but don't tell them I don't like it. Just we're just gonna go home. Versus here, it's like, hey, right, you don't have to worry about if you spend this X amount of dollars, are you going to get your return back? And I get that part. Yeah,
exactly. And they encourage it too. So if you don't like something, they'll be like, okay, we'll take it back and we'll give you something that you like. So I like that a lot. Only one thing though, is I feel they put salt on their bacon. So I don't eat their bacon.
Well, somebody's a little bit on the healthy side. Like,
the bacon doesn't need salt.
I think they put a little salt on their bacon. I'm like, but it's bacon. Like, bacon.
If you retain salt like I do, especially in your different body parts, it means something. My feet were swollen by the end of these cruises.
Oh,
yeah, like painful to walk, swollen. And so I had to elevate them at every night. So because of all that salt that they put in there, but that's a story. So we don't have a lot of time left, so we are gonna kind of skip some of the tips and tricks. But I am gonna put that link in our description as well. But let's just talk about: is it for people? Like, why do people? First of all, is it for Rissy and myself, and some advice on that? But like, is it for other people, and do we know why they don't like cruises? So Rissy, I know you haven't been on a cruise before, but would you think that a cruise is for you?
I think so. Especially, I'm more convinced than ever after having this episode. I'm more convinced ever that it is for me.
You had to like do the whole pose and everything. It's for me.
Yes. Is for me.
I totally agree. See, just the fact that everything is there and accessible, and that you're able to have that togetherness with whoever you go with, have that ability to be able to eat, to explore, to have fun. I mean, they have clubs on the cruises, so if you want to, meet someone on the cruise, you can do that too. They have comedy shows on the cruises. They have musicals on the cruises. They have a whole bunch of entertainment there. They have a walk wall. They have on certain cruises, they have surfing simulators. They have all these things just in one place, and all you have to do is just walk there. And it literally is like a mini city, and that's why I like it. And you get to have a taste of the different places you go to. You don't have to stay there because some places aren't exactly the best areas, and so you get a taste of it. Like we go to Cozumel, we go to Costa Maya, we go to Honduras, we go to Jamaica, we go to like Antigua and St. Martin and St. Thomas and so on and so forth.
Not to use like I just take a hint of it. Like, okay, boom.
Yes, exactly. Like you don't have to worry about staying there. Now, people from what I've heard who don't like cruises are the ones that don't just want to have a hint. They want to understand, have more time to learn the culture of those.
But that's what a resort is for, right?
Right. Exactly. A lot of people go to resorts that way. Or some people actually like do an Airbnb, and find an area that way.
So... No Airbnbs, okay? They get you stuck like Chuck. You get stuck like Chuck, like you, those Airbnb. No, because you hear so many horror stories with Airbnbs, and let me tell you, there's always an exception to the rule. Okay, just because you haven't had an issue with Airbnb doesn't mean the issue does not exist.
That's true.
Okay, there are people who pay a certain amount of money for Airbnbs, and it's like it got bugs and roaches and stuff in it, or it's nothing like the pictures.
Yeah.
Or you could be on your way to the Airbnb and it cancels on you.
I've never done
like it. And some people do Airbnbs for their actual primary residence.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a coworker told me how like she went to an Airbnb and it looked like it looked like they just left. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was tidied up, like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like they still have stuff in the fridge. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like, hey, we're gonna be back. Like, hey, we like, men know, hey, we left these 2 rows for y'all to put y'all food in, type deal.
Oh. Yes. That's awkward.
You know what I mean? Like it's their house. Like they have it blocked, their main room is blocked off and the other rooms, that's what you're using. But it's like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And I met someone who used their house as an Airbnb, but he was doing it like you're supposed to do it.
Right.
Like,
he stated that it's his house.
Yeah, and he made sure it stayed his house. He made sure it was spotless. He made sure he and God, you know what I mean? He made sure you didn't feel like that. Them people, my daughter was doing something. I was like, she was dancing. I was like, oh, okay. All right. And then my dogs were watching her. They're watching what she's doing. Can't make this up.
No.
But you know what I mean? Like it was like Airbnb situation. So it's like Airbnbs. I'm like, and it takes forever for them to refund them. Like,
that's true. I mean,
like, what? Like the 2 rows of food is for me? Okay, thanks. Like,
exactly. Or like people have tried like hostels before, and it's like think of it. It sounds negative, but it's not. Like I thought it was super negative. I thought it was like a brothel or something like that. I don't know. But a hostel are like certain areas or certain buildings that house multiple people for very, very cheap. But like you share a room with like 8 or 10 different strangers or something along those lines.
Is it like student living?
Almost. I mean, I think, student living you had like different
where you got the same common areas.
So kind of, it's just more intense, I guess you can say. Like instead of putting like 2 or 3 people to a room, you put like 5 or 8 or 10 to a room. And they all have like bunk beds, like kind of stacked up kind of thing. So it's literally the cheapest way of staying the night if you are like to travel like in certain areas or whatever the case. You stay in a hostel so you can explore the culture or whatever the case. A lot of times,
See, I would do that not there. I would do that in the Asian country because they do it right.
right?
They make it so minimalistic and awesome. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. I'm just saying, I know that's where I would want to do. Like I saw someone like record how they gave them their shoes and this is your bathroom stuff and this is your bed. This is like I was like, oh, this is nice.
Exactly. That's exactly what I would want to do too. Go to like Japan or something like that.
There, like over, wherever we are on the map. There,
not here. There.
No. There. Like I don't want that.
Oh man, that's so funny. But I feel like if you're gonna go to a resort, you're really not gonna know how the culture is gonna be because
anyway,
yeah, they won't because they tell you not to get out of the resort, to go out of the resort. That's the thing. It's too dangerous to leave. And so they don't go to the resort. Well, then you can't get the culture if you want to get the culture.
I'm sorry. It's just like because that's what my friend said. Mm-hmm. She's like, she went to Mexico. But I'm like, okay, so whatever. She's like, no, you'll get souvenirs at the resort. So you'll get everything, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, you just don't leave the resort. Just don't leave the resort. Because once you get out the resort, that's where all that stuff where people, I mean, things happen to people anyway, but she's like, all that extra stuff.
Yep.
And you look American. Like, no.
Exactly.
And then, us Americans, we refuse to learn the language of the land. We just like, hey, so I want this. And then it's like, I want to buy this.
How dare you not know what I'm saying? Money. Here's money.
Money. Is this enough? Like,
oh my god.
We're obnoxious and we don't care.
That's why everyone looks down on us.
They're like, so you're not even gonna learn like a little bit of the language to
nope.
try to practice? Like, no, American.
I speak American, okay?
I will speak American. We'll be fine.
All right, so we are really getting overtime on this one. So that is one of the reasons why people don't go on cruises. So before we end our break, let's finish out with our final thoughts. Rissy, you want to go first?
Yes. So a little thug has my cell phone. So I have to just kind of think what feels 30 seconds.
Okay.
And do it that way. You know what I mean? I'm just messing. I got I said what? Yep, that's what happened. They just jacked my stuff. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you, Kaninja, with your little minions. I'm ready for them.
Okay.
I'm ready for them. I'm ready to hear you say, I don't got my phone right now. I'm like, yup. Mm-hmm. Got a backup. Got a backup phone.
Yeah, my laptop.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, I got you. So my 30 seconds. Great topic, Kaninja. I can't wait till this time next year where I can actually give my input and my experience. I definitely want to go on a Disney cruise and just experience all the fun of being on a Disney cruise. I really want to do that. I feel like the cruise in general is awesome and amazing. I can't wait to be able to go and tell you about it. Because by the time I do my one time, you already did 5 times. So, But yes, awesome topic as always, Miss Kaninja, and that's my 30 seconds.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Rissy, for giving me some of your few cents as well as someone who hasn't been on a cruise just yet, but is looking forward to one, to kind of seeing what your thoughts are and what you expected. So that definitely helped a lot. And so this was fun. This was a fun part of our vacation edition. So we are looking into doing more vacation, different type topics in the future. So Break Room Buddies, if you have any, definitely let us know what you want us to go over and give you some different information and maybe give you our experiences on what we have done. So with that, be sure to comment on our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter on how you feel about cruises and if you have been on one and what you think about it. like, comment, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Somewhere.
It is somewhere around here. Please do that. Show that you are interested in what we talk about and what you want us to talk about too. We want to hear you, Break Room Buddies, and we are totally up for giving you and doing some research ourselves and giving some knowledge. Thank you all for listening in. Bye, Break Room Buddies.
Bye.
See you next time. Hey, Break Room Buddies. So Rissy and Kaninja here. So basically, I love it, Rissy. We wanted to give you guys a special announcement. So Rissy and I, for our break room, are going to be going on a break until November. This is so that we can actually look at more topics and actually look at other things that we can actually put on our YouTube channel. We are looking into doing different food reviews and maybe other things as well. So be on the lookout for that. There'll probably be a few episodes here and there while we're on break. So it's not like you're never going to hear from us. We're definitely going to be on our Facebook. We're going to be on live on our Facebook. We're going to try to do more videos on Instagram and be more active on our Twitter. This is really for us to be more focused on that. So we are going to be on a break, but we will be coming back. We are looking into doing some more vacation edition topics, as well as topics on religion. I know that's a hot topic, at least from people that I've talked about. It's going to be an interesting one. So we are going to be looking into other topics. So we will be putting polls out there on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And definitely your feedback is awesome and amazing. So Rissy, any words for our break room buddies?
Hey, as you can tell, me and Kanisha can talk about anything. What did we say? Anything. So, do it one more time. Anything. So because of that, we talked about just different topics on here. It would definitely help if we get some feedback of what you guys want to listen to and hear and stuff like that. Because we definitely love hearing our breaker buddies speak to us. And type deal. You know, we're gonna figure out what kind of new alcohol Kaninja's drinking. Okay. Or like, what will I do to discipline my other new dog? You never know. Like, how will I discipline him this time? Like my baby just did parkour. Like, cause she saw him pee one place, so she just literally just did parkour on the chairs.
We'll see what her baby does next.
We're doing it. You don't know what's next. Parkour. So yes, let us know. We love you guys. We're gonna go on a little mini vacation, figure it out like what else we need to do for you guys, and we'll be back.
Definitely. We'll be still super active, so don't forget about us. Share about what we're doing, and spread the word. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could come back with a new baby. Kaninja come back with a new hair color. We don't know.
I might have a different mask. Who knows?
I might have a mask on.
Rissy might have a mask on.
Like, hey guys.
Feathers.
Hey, how's it going? So, yeah, so that's all I got for you guys, Breaker Buddies.
Awesome. So with that, thank you all for listening in. Bye, Breaker and Buddies.
Bye.
See you next time.